Okay, whenever you guys want to start.
Okay, Kim, head trainer. What's the most important thing to consider when you're choosing a trainer?
Make sure they have up-to-date certification, especially a trainer that's constantly updating their education.
Yeah.
Even better. Those are the best trainers because that means they're professionals and they want to continue to learn.
Right. I feel like experience plays a huge role.
Particularly in your field that you want. If you're looking to lose weight, that's somebody that has experience with helping others lose weight and success doing that. Generally speaking, the more years of experience, the more clientele they've worked with, which means they may have a vast knowledge of either weight loss or strength training or Olympic lifting. So generally speaking, 5 years, I would say if somebody with 5 years experience.
It doesn't mean that if you don't have 5 years experience, that you're not a good trainer. And I think if you've got a trainer who, like you said, is constantly doing their CECs or their continuing education, but they don't have a lot of experience, that's a good indication that that trainer is serious about what they're doing.
Referrals, testimonials are also something that I would look at. You know, if they have, they can show you a testimonial from former clients, you'll get a good sense of what kind of trainer you're working with, and make sure they fall in line with your philosophy of what you believe it is to live a healthy lifestyle. If they're pushing supplements and things that you're not comfortable with, reconsider if that's the best trainer for you. And you have more of a holistic approach where you're looking more at natural sources of food, then you might want to go with a trainer that promotes that.
Right.
If you're just a first-time beginner, or even if you're not a beginner, somebody looking for that extra help, and you go to see a trainer, the number one thing they should be doing with you is a proper assessment.
Right.
So if you go in and a trainer puts you on the floor right away and puts you through a workout and they haven't done a proper assessment, that's a red flag for me.
What's a proper assessment in your opinion?
They should be looking at all the components of fitness. So they should do a cardiorespiratory fitness test. So they should be looking at your strength, mobility, and flexibility. If they're not doing tests for those 4 things, then I would question their philosophy and their ability to plan a workout that's suited specifically for you, that's an individual workout.
Right.
Those should all be done before they put you through a workout.
Yeah. If you do a good job on selling your client the philosophy of, listen, we have to start from the ground up. We have to look at your foundation, and if your foundation isn't good, if you can't squat properly, if you can't bend properly, if you can't isolate your muscle groups properly, then there's no point in doing these high-intensity workouts. So be basic in the beginning, get that foundation stuff done, and then you can actually progress into more advanced workouts.
Yeah. One of the red flags I would say for a trainer, from a client's perspective, is if your trainer lacks punctuality. One of the things that a trainer and most trainers out there will say in order to see results is there needs to be consistency. In order to have consistency, you need to be consistent in your appointments. So if a trainer is setting up an appointment and they're constantly rescheduling with you, but it's happening on a consistent basis, they're showing up late consistently, and they're not making their commitment that way, that is a red flag to me. That means that they're not taking your goals seriously.
Yeah.
You have every right to say, you know what, I don't think you're as available as I need you to be for me.
Yeah.
Could you refer me to somebody else?
Yes.
Consistency is the way you're going to see the results.
If you don't feel comfortable speaking to the trainer directly, go to the gym, go to the manager, and just say, hey, I'm not sure I'm getting the commitment I was told and I was promised. And that's absolutely your right as a client to voice your opinions on whether you're getting the right commitment. Another thing is the retests. You want to have retests periodically, so that one, you see where how far you've come. You can always track your product, and it's a good way to remotivate your clients too. Like sometimes they don't know how far they've come, but if you're keeping proper record, you can show them how strong they've got and how much they've already improved, how much weight and how much inches they've lost. And it's an opportunity for them to voice any concerns that they have.
The retest can be, measurable results, but also the immeasurable things, right? The stuff that, are they feeling better? Do they have less back pain? Are they noticing that their energy levels have increased? So those check-ins are really important, so that the goals that you've set, you can see, are you getting closer to them, or do you need to reestablish them or reevaluate? And check-ins are very important. There should always be some check-in where you can instead of just training for that session, that you actually sit down and reevaluate what you're doing and make sure that you're staying on course. Another red flag I would say is, personal training isn't cheap in many places, and if you're paying a lot of money for somebody's time, then the expectation is when they're training with you, that their time is dedicated to you. If your trainer is on their cell phone, distracted, and they're supposed to be watching to see that your form is good and that you're following your program, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
The disinterest there is a red flag. That is your time and you've paid for that. That's the expectation, that they're correcting you. And if you're not doing something right, that they're showing you how to do it right.
Biggest telltale sign I've ever run out of things to say. I was when I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
What do you, exactly, that's exactly, I know, I saw that. I was dying.
I felt more like a host.
I'm like, wait, are you